It just turned 6 o'clock. Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the council meeting of November 23rd. The first thing on the agenda is the adoption of the agenda.
Moved by Councillor Forward, second by Councillor Zelinski. Be it resolved that agenda be adopted as presented.
Thank you. Oh crap, I need my pen. I'm like, I have one actually. I stashed one in there.
That was impressive.
I know it was. Pens galore. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
So 4-0. Oh yes, I should mention that Brian Rock is, Councillor Rock is on the phone joining us for the meeting today. He is at AMM. Okay, item number 3, confirmation of minutes.
Okay, moved by Councillor Forward, second by Councillor Zelinski. Be it resolved the minutes of the regular council meeting of November 9, 2015, and the committee of the whole minutes of November 9, 2015, be hereby approved. All statutory declarations have been compiled with.
Thank you. Well, sure, guys, give her the hard one.
Just wait. Just wait.
I will call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
That's carried. One second. All right, item number 4, citizens period. Is there anybody who would like to make a presentation or address council at this time? Negative. All right, moving along to item number 6, 6.1, public works and maintenance, 6.1.1, Canada Manitoba infrastructure programs.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Zelinski, whereas the town of Nepal made application to the Canada Manitoba New Building Canada Fund Small Communities Fund, and whereas the town was successful with the above application, therefore be it resolved that council authorize the mayor and the assistant chief administrative officer to sign a contribution agreement under the Canada Manitoba New Building Canada Fund Small Communities Fund with the government of Manitoba as represented by the Minister of Municipal Government for the Rose Avenue Infrastructure Renewal Project, number NBCF-SCF 5270, with the town's 1/3 portion being in the amount of $1.333 million. So this is for the renewal of boroughs to funding to a maximum of $4 million between the parties.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or discussions on that?
I guess just to make one thing clear is that doesn't necessarily force us into going forward with the project, correct?
Right.
It just...
If you can't do it at the end of the
Yeah,
project.
if for some reason it comes in beyond the allocated budget, then it's beyond the allocated budget and someone has to give.
Yeah.
But that is a resolution to commit to the project. So if it turns out that your project comes in within the allotted funding under the program, you're obliged to move forward.
Okay, so are we committing a specific year's funds towards that? Because I know we have to be done by 2019,
Yep.
right? So we're not committing a specific year's.
What we've done is, pardon me, we've saved money through all the time knowing this was coming up, so we're budgeting it, we'll be going into it for the next year's budget.
Okay.
And we do have the money allocated for our portion of it.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay, I will call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
It's carried. Do I sign this or somebody else signs it? Okay, item number 6.1.2, outdoor rink resolution.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Forward. Whereas the town of Nepal budgeted $20,000 in the 2015 budget for an outdoor rink to be built this winter, And whereas minor hockey agreed to contribute funds not exceeding $12,000 to assist with this project, and whereas an invitation to tender was sent out to 4 suppliers posted at on the town website and advertised in the paper for the construction of the gravel pad for the outdoor rink, therefore be it resolved that council accept the tender submitted by Lakeshore Landscaping Limited in the amount of $31,625, taxes included, for the supply and construction of a gravel pad for the outdoor rink as per tender number T12-2015.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on this? Okay, I'll call the vote. All those in favor? Brian?
Aye.
Okay, carried. All right, item number 6.2, personnel, 6.2.1, return for service policy.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Ford. Whereas in the past, Town of the Paw employees have obtained certification and tickets for training which is required for them to carry out their duties. This training costs the municipality several thousands of dollars, and then the employee uses this education to obtain alternate employment or move within the organization where they no longer require the education. Whereas the Town of the Paw has spent a significant amount of money on professional development and believe it is best to establish a return for service agreement. Therefore, be it resolved that Council adopt policy SR-938, return for service. And that's for any service that's over $6,000?
What it is basically anything that's going to be any significant cost will be a return for service over 24 months. Anything beyond $6,000 is going to require a separate agreement outside of the 24 months.
Outside of the 24 months?
Correct.
Okay.
The higher the amount, we'll have to spread it out a little more for the return for service.
Okay, any questions or comments?
I have a comment.
Okay.
I'm here. I think this is important that we take this action to help clarify when we educate our employees. We have an expectation to see a return, and it's important that it be fair to the employee should they choose to change or make alternate career path changes in their life. So this is a good balance between the two, and it helps to clarify the issue. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'll call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Item number 6.3, finance and administration, 6.3.1, pool roof repair.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Ford. Whereas Council approved the KRC 5-year plan and $5,000 was budgeted in 2015 for core samples to determine the scope of work, and $300,000 was to be budgeted in the 2016 budget for the repair of the Winton Pool roof. Whereas it was determined that the repair was not going to cost as much and the work could be done sooner, therefore be it resolved that Council authorize the payment of invoices 33527 and 33651 in the amount of $76,267.80 to Oakwood Roofing and Sheet Metal Company Limited, with the monies being expended from the Bipole Reserve Fund for the Winton Pool roof repair.
Thank you.
I also thought that money was being applied for under that grant, the Canada 150 grant as well, correct?
I don't know if it was actually successful or not. We just have to pay the invoice if it does come back.
If it does come back successful, it'll go under the grant program.
And that was something that was budgeted for next year out of that fund.
Sure.
We just moved it ahead.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? I'll call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
It's carried. All right, item number 6.3.2, put payroll and accounts.
Moved by Councillor Zelinski, seconded by Councillor Ford. Be it resolved that Council authorize the following accounts: general checks number 16228 to 16241 in the amount of $6,695.09. KRC checks number 5116 to 5150 in the amount of $33,802.80. Payroll period number 22 in the amount of $107,574.31.
Any questions or comments on that? Okay, I'll call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Carried. All right, item number 6.6, airport airside, 6.6.1, storage rates.
Moved by Councillor Zelinski, second by Councillor Andrew. Whereas there is a high demand for cold storage at the PA Airport, and whereas the cold storage rates have not been increased since 2009 and the current rates are slightly below market rates, therefore be it resolved that Council authorize the increase of $10 per month for cold storage and $15 per month for heated indoor storage at the PA Airport for the 2016-2017 season, and be it further resolved that these fees increase 3% annually, thereafter for the next 5 years.
Thank you. Questions or comments? Okay, we'll call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
It's carried. Okay, item number 6.6.2, equipment rates.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Ford. Whereas the equipment rates at the airport are charged at a standard rate of $140 per hour for all equipment, and whereas the airport manager is requesting that this be changed to reflect the rates of the Manitoba Heavy Construction Association rental rates to be consistent with what the Public Works Department is currently doing. Therefore, be it resolved that Council authorized that the Manitoba Heavy Construction Association rental rates be used at the PA Airport for equipment rentals.
Thank you. Questions or comments on that? Okay, I'll call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
It's carried. All right, 6.6.3, fine imposed by Transport Canada, priority for spending costs.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Zelinski. Whereas the town of the PA Airport received a fine in the amount of $25,000 imposed by Transport Canada. Whereas the fine is for non-compliance of maintaining the airport operations manual and the safety management systems as required by the Canadian Aviation Regulations, TP 312, and the Aeronautics Act. Whereas the Chief Administrative Officer has been working with the Regional Manager of Civil Aviation Enforcement to have this fine reduced. And whereas Transport Canada may reconsider the fine if the town of the PA Airport can prove that the money is better spent addressing non-compliance and correcting all deficiencies, therefore be it resolved that Council approve up to $40,000 to address all of the non-compliances and correct all deficiencies outlined in the fine. This has been an issue that our staff have been dealing with for quite some time, and they're doing a great job. It's quite an achievement to actually have Transport Canada back off and be a little bit flexible on our work out there. So thank you for that work.
Okay, any other questions or comments? All right, I will call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
It's carried. Okay, we will move on to committee reports. Museum Board, Councillor Forward.
The Museum Board met 2 weeks ago, and I can't recall a single thing about it, which is very bad.
Must have been a really good meeting.
No, it was a good meeting. We have a new curator there, which I think she's been there long enough that we've been through one council meeting here, so. Oh, maybe that's why I can't recall anything. I think I had my last meeting right in front of our previous council meeting, so no meeting.
Okay, good save.
Yes.
Sustainable Forests, Councillor Rock.
Yes, there was a meeting a week and a half ago, I believe, and actually I don't have the information in front of me, so I forget exactly what we talked about.
It's catching.
Yeah.
But there wasn't anything outstanding or out of the ordinary, so not much to report.
Okay. Citizens on Patrol, Counselor Zelinski.
No meeting.
Okay, Recycling Board, Counselor Rock.
Yes, a meeting was held last week, and it was regular business as usual, and some further discussion on purchases. What else? That was basically it, I believe.
Okay. Kelsey Recreation, I guess I can report on that. Kelsey Rec had a meeting last week. There was some discussion about the outdoor rink. They've been working on some new logos for the pool and the arena and the wellness center and Kelsey Rec itself, so we approved those. They're just putting some final touches on the logos, and then they'll be introducing those out into the community. What else did we talk about? That was almost pretty much it. Yeah. The PA Community Renewal Corporation, Councillor Ford.
We have not had a meeting since our last council meeting. We meet tomorrow night.
Okay. And Library Board, Councillor Zelinski.
No meeting.
Okay. Youth Councillor Cordelia, do you have anything that you would like to add?
No, off the top of my head, no.
Okay. Okay, we will move on to the second citizens period. Again, if anybody would like to address council or ask any questions, now is your time to do so. Okay, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, at 6:17 p.m.